housed in an historic 1924 building. The Bel Air Artisans Center welcomes you to explore numerous artist studios and a 2,000 square foot art gallery. The Bel Air Artisans Center is a work in progress, offering working studios and sales opportunities for local artists and artisans. There are currently 18 working studios with an additional 8,400 square feet on the second floor for future build-out. This art incubator exists to encourage and nurture local artists and artisans of all ages, while providing a destination point for visitors and local residents to enjoy the unique creations. Please visit the Bel Air Artisans Center for your purchases that are made in America by local artists from a locally owned and operated business. If you are an artist or artisan who needs a studio or sales outlet, please visit us to see all of the opportunities to create and sell your art and gifts at 115 South Church Street in Rocky Mount.
I literally sat on it for a year before I decided to come here, and that was probably the biggest mistake, was waiting so long, because as soon as I came here, I instantly knew this was for me.
We make sure that people know that you don't have to just stay in one position. There's so many opportunities.
They actually do care about their employees. They do want to work with their employees, and they would like to help their employees too.
Apply today at westemployment.com. West, make the connection.
If you're looking for the best selection of new and pre-owned vehicles all in one location, you'll find it at Davenport Auto Park, along with 2 brand new ultra-modern showroom facilities. Choose from a huge assortment of luxurious Buicks and professional-grade GMCs, award-winning Hondas, and all types of pre-owned cars and trucks. And register to win tickets to see the Charlie Daniels Band coming live to the Auto Park in September.
It's the real deal.
Good evening, I'm David Ferris. Welcome to this week's edition of the Chamber Buzz. Our special guests this evening are Ed and Yalom Wiley, who own the Prime Smokehouse and are the 2014 winners of the Downtown Small Business of the Year Award. Tonight's show is proudly brought to you by the Roger G. Taylor and Associates. Let's have a look around town.
One of North Carolina's greatest assets is the collaboration between us resource partners. I'm considered a resource partner. The Small Business Center Network, the Small SBTDC, which is Small Business and Technology Development Center, the North Carolina Rural Center, to name a few, the SBA. All of us are here to help you. Now, did everybody pay their taxes? Okay. All right. We gotta keep an eye on this guy. He's too busy with the roosters, pays taxes, rounding up the roosters. The reason why I ask, in truth, is because your tax dollars, which you pay to the federal and state government, what we do is a give back to you all. Most of our services, all of our services in the Small Business Center, for example, they're free. We are out here to help you. We do not charge. There are certain things maybe have a charge, but that would be a very specialized program, and it's simply cost recovery, okay? So know that, and know that we're here. And we are known across the nation, not just Women's Business Center, but all of our resource partners, at how well we collaborate. And that is something that I want to really impress with you all. And what I've already seen coming in here for an hour is how this community really works together. It is vital for your growth. You can see that you're doing it already, and we are here to help, to let you know that. Help with women, with men too, I'm just kidding. But we certainly are here to help you all grow your community. Now, I've heard some really cool stuff going on that you guys have coming up. One, you got the 495, is it called the Future Interstate Designation? That's pretty cool. I saw a sign coming in today. So that's going to bring some really good interstate commerce and bringing things through, and something about strong cities, strong communities. How about that? That was back in January. Y'all should be very proud of that. That's wonderful. Really good news. And that's going to really help bring everybody together and really strengthen your local economy, in addition to working with the federal government. And I think that's very important, because working with governments is definitely a way to grow your business. It's not, fail-proof, but it certainly is an option. We work with companies with certifications to help you know how to do business with the government, along with our research partners as well. Now, I did hear something really, really cool just now, and there's something about a brew mill, right? Y'all, cities with beer do really well, let me tell you. We have some cool breweries in Raleigh, and I'm telling you, when there's alcohol, beer, and local, it's awesome. So how exciting. You have a lot of exciting things coming up, in addition to an accelerator program that's going to be starting hopefully soon for small businesses. These types of things are really the heartbeat of a community. They help small businesses to grow and to thrive and to succeed. And let me just say, we've got your back. We're here. We see you. We hear a lot of great things going on, a lot of great positive publicity. We hear all the time about Rocky Mountain, and it's really impressive. And you all give yourselves a hand, because y'all really are doing it. Absolutely, absolutely. And I mean that sincerely. My mom, I was telling her, I was coming up, she's like, oh, did you see that WRIO, news expose about this and that, about Rocky Mountain? It's so great, and we gotta go down there and get barbecue. And I'm like, yeah, I'm like, we're on it, So, in truth, please feel proud. I do. We're statewide, and I'm proud of all of our communities, but this is a very, very energetic, look at this wonderfully diverse group of people here. It's fantastic. And small communities, y'all are not going to be that small much longer, I can tell. You're growing, you're thriving, and it's fantastic, and it's great to see. And my hope is that we can be a part of it. And my pledge to you all is that we will come here and help, if it's teaching seminars or if it's maybe starting a women's roundtable, business roundtable, whatever it may be. We are here. We have your back. We can also do that for men too, just so you know. Okay, really. So I'm going to conclude, because we have a lot of fantastic small businesses to appreciate and give some whoop whoop to tonight. And next time I come down, I would like to do this. This is what I promise on the Carolina Gateway website, is to refresh, renew, and rejuvenate. And I love that. So not only is it remarkable Rocky Mount, it's rock on Rocky Mount. Y'all are doing really well.
Welcome back. Ed Yalom, the night that you were awarded the Downtown Small Business of the Year for the Chamber, when you heard your name called, you heard the restaurant's name called, what went through your mind? How was it?
It was exciting for us because what it represented was the fact that people recognized that we were in there sweating, putting it together, and trying to do the best job we could. It was it's been a tough year, and many
So, and of course, the flowers came in, the letters came in, the cards came in for our well-wishers and other business associates who were there. So it's just been a beautiful, happy birthday year. We're still celebrating it.
Yeah, this is, we just finished our first year. That's pretty exciting. And just to see the response from other businesses, you get a sense through this community that people care about you. Other businesses, other restaurants, even, they want to see you do well. They understand that it adds to the vibrancy of the city when everybody's doing well. So
I think you framed that perfectly, because we were somewhat, it seemed like for a while, we were somewhat of a desert when it came to dining, except for chains and fast foods. In the last couple of years, there have been a lot of restaurants like the Prime Smokehouse that have opened, and we're becoming as a community a destination now. And you know, you're just finishing your first year, and you know, to be recognized at that level, I think that's just a great compliment to not only the two of you, but your staff.
Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I mean, it just gets us set up and excited for the new year.
Well,
you know, we're into the second year. You know,
well,
officially.
you've tasted so many different things your first year. The weather in the first quarter of this year, and I don't know how you account for that. People aren't going to say, well, I didn't go out and eat last night, so I'm going to go out twice tonight and eat. You know, once it's gone, it's gone. But you seem to have, no pun intended, weathered that real well. Just
you start establishing a rhythm, and you anticipate that through the course of the year there are going to be some down times. You know, I mean, when we were in Raleigh, for example, the fair would come through town and almost suck the life right out of right out of Raleigh. You know, but we got to the point where we anticipated that would be a slow time, and we saw things shoot right back up right after that. So, you know, in business, there's an ebb and a tide, you know, ebb and a flow that really makes it work well, you know, if you learn how to ride that rhythm.
Long term, what do you think this award means for you?
I think what would mean to us, and I told my staff, is you get award first year. So now next year, second year, you really have to work for it to keep at it. And of course, we welcome other businesses to come to downtown and would love to hand it over. But at the same time, there will be another award for Prime Smokehouse that we don't even know what it is yet. So the challenge, you know, keeps raising up the standard every year. What can we do to really make Rocky Mount the place where everybody want to be? Like you said, you know, it's the midpoint, it's the meeting place, it's the center, it's the hub. What else can we do to really say that's what we are? So we raise the standard up again. Next year, we'll see what we can do.
Well, I like that attitude, and I do think as a community we're becoming known once again for fun dining.
Yeah.
And with the potential of the brew meal coming, I think that makes Rocky Mount even more of a destination for people coming in, which, you know, they'll experience great cuisine if it's at your restaurant or others, or I just think that's exciting.
You know, one of the things, you know, people ask us all the time, you know, why did you decide to hang your shingle on Rocky Mount? We came here with a vision that we could take our business anywhere we wanted to take it. What this award represents to us, sort of in the long term, is that the sky's the limit. Like she said, we have something we're really striving for, which is, in many ways, we can't even see it yet. We just know we have to keep moving upward, you know. And I think that, you know, we believe we can do it. We're excited. We know now that, you know, we've seen the toughest things as far as, you know, the staffing and getting all of the different things together that we need to get there. Now we can really push for some of the things that we really dream about. And so,
Yalom, I know you've worked hard on the staff.
And
How did you put together? It's an A team, I think.
Thank you. I think they would love to hear that. You know, I guess it's an ongoing challenge that I think any business or any firm has, you know, having the right staff that really represents you. So, you know, Ed and I really try our best to work with what we have, because this is what we have, and we're in a small town, we know that, and we work through it. But we've had staff that has really been open, you know, they know why, the reason why we do this is because it means not just for us, but it also means, you know, they need the money, they need to grow, they need to be in the right places, support their families. So we're attracting really people that understand what business means. And we teach them about business. I mean, you cannot run business without good stuff.
No,
so we spend once a week, we have a staff meeting. We do the front and the back separately. And we have, I mean, excited people to be there right now. I mean, it's amazing. In fact, my staff tells Ed, please go home and take rest. You know, we want you to, I mean, isn't that amazing?
You know,
that's great.
I have a manager who tells me, please don't come in at 9 in the morning. I'm like, no, I open my business every morning and I close my business. And he goes, please don't come. I just want to know if I can do this by myself. So it is really exciting to see I mean, when he's doing something, they all are watching him like, okay, how do you do this? You know, so we really are in a very different place that we've never been. And in our 5 years of business, I think this is a very exciting place for us.
I have people in my kitchen who are hungry, and not for the food I'm cooking. They're hungry for knowledge. And they're coming around saying, Ed, teach me how to do this. I mean, that's exciting. You know, so I'm standing there and I'm really enjoying, you know, I used to teach anyway, so this is an extended platform. And everybody's gathered around, they want to know how to bake this, how to make this. And I tell them, I say, look, I got to be with you when you make it a couple times. I turn around and I let them have a little free run with it. I get back to it and say, hold on, stop, going too fast. But they love it. And I love doing it because it's really exciting to be with people who care about learning. And this is, like she said, this is the first time in the years that we've done this that we have people with this level of excitement about learning the way around the kitchen, learning the way around the front of the house, and that sort of thing. It's really, I mean, we're really very pleased with what Rocky Mountain has presented to us over this year in the way of workers. Because a lot of people told us that you're going to have real trouble with staffing and finding good workers and that sort of thing. And it was a struggle initially. But people are really trying to absorb all of the things that we're putting out there. And I mean, I think the learning process is part of what makes this fun.
When we come back, we're going to continue on with that conversation. We're going to take a short break, and then we're going to talk about the restaurant itself, the four walls, the ceiling, the floor, and the whole 9 yards, and how it turned out like it did.
Okay.
So we'll be right back. Welcome back. Ed, I remember visiting with you one evening, and the two of you came to our table, and we were talking about the decor of the restaurant, which I think really is nice. It just is what that building should be. Yes. And you just kind of sheepishly shook your head and said, you know, when I wanted to do this restaurant, I envisioned a shack. Now that's a guy talking. That's what I would do. And Yalom, you looked at him like, bless his heart. And you immediately said, I was having no part of that. He can have the back, I've got the front. Your cooking is over the top, and the front is over the top.
Oh, thank you.
Tell us how what went into the thought process and the decor of it, because it just fits a 100-year-old building.
Let me say this first. It exemplifies my genius.
And marrying her?
Yes.
Okay. I got that. I understand.
It's a perfect example of just how intelligent I am.
You and I married up.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
understand that. I know where you're coming from.
I knew what I was doing when I said,
You're
okay,
right.
run the front of that.
And I remember when the idea of him wanting to do a rib shack came in. This is when a few years ago, it was back really about 5-6 years ago. And you know, here we are in the Raleigh area having such a wonderful life, quiet, but we missed jazz. And then he said, you know, I've always wanted to do this. And actually, even when we were in DC, he had friends that he was trying to recruit them, how blues and jazz and barbecue would work. And he even cooked it in our house and invited this business owner, restaurant owner, big name in the DC area. And he said, look, if you serve this food, your restaurant not only would be a jazz place, but people would pack to eat the food. And the friends looked at him and said, we can't cook this food. What we have is just fine. And I thought to myself, okay. So when we came in here, when he put this idea, I said, well, Ed, if we do jazz, I mean, I know what music he likes, and I know what he likes to watch. I mean, I've learned a lot about jazz and blues, just going to different places.
The man's got good taste when it comes to that.
He does. I mean, we'd go to New York, LA, DC, Philadelphia, where have you not been, whenever there's live jazz playing. So Virginia, and but it was never, the food component was never there. You have to either eat before or eat whatever they have. So when he wanted to do this, I was like, well, Ed, why, you know, a shack? I said, people want to come up dressed up like we do, watch the show and eat dinner. You know, people like us are going to come to this.
Sure.
And women like me are going to be there, and they want to eat something they like to eat. And of course, we, you know, talked about it, and then that's when we came up with the whole idea, do it the full, you know, restaurant concept. And I think when we came down and we looked at this restaurant, of course, it was a garage. I mean, you all know that. People still ask me. And it was 2 buildings. And then they said, well, this is the building. What do you guys want to do with it? And I was like, I said, Ed, we do this. The bar seat's back up there. Your stage is here. And then, you know, of course, that's where is the music always? And where is the place where people could watch? So every corner, you want people to sit and enjoy the music. So that was a big thing. And then
she looked at that. She looked at that dank little garage, and she knew exactly what she was going to do with that place. I mean, and she brightened it up, and she lightened it up. She did the same thing to our home in Maryland. You know, boom, had that place so beautiful. You know, I mean, it's when she touches it, it looks nice. This is a woman who dealt with heads of state and so forth. I mean, that's the other side of her life that nobody really knows about. But she understood what elegance was, and she'd been doing it all of her life since the time she was a child, pretty much. You know. And up until now, so she was sort of groomed throughout the process for doing this kind of work, you know, in addition to being a wonderful nurse, knowing how to manage a floor and all those sorts of things. So her compliment to the restaurant is unbelievable. I can't imagine doing, you know, me, it was going to be a couple picnic tables in there, a couple guys sitting there slopping on a red bone.
Put out the paper towels, we're happy.
I know. I don't,
you know, of course, when I was saying that,
our spouses wouldn't come, but you know.
That's right. It would be me and a couple of guys, you know, eating red bone.
Saying that tells you even how the menu is now very girly friendly. I mean, you don't have to just be meat. We have really a very good variety of food.
Talk to us about what's on your menu, because I think people typically associate it with barbecue, and that's not.
It's true, and people
that's just a small part of it, actually.
Yeah, no, and people walk in and say, "Oh, I'm a vegetarian," you know, and we're like, "We're absolutely," because guess what? We have everything for a vegetarian in our restaurant, you know, because people that love meat, they get everything on meat, from steak to your barbecue ribs to your pulled pork, pulled beef, you know, your chicken and your wings, and then for the vegetable lovers, we have the collard greens, the ginger yams, the potato salad, you know, the lasagna, spinach lasagna, which is really, you know, a very healthy portion.
It is.
You know, I learned to cook from my father, who was unequivocal carnivore. No question about it. He was the meat man. I mean, he knew how to do it, but he did all of these wonderful side dishes too. His yams were delicious, his collard greens, you know, and my father would take dough and he'd put a smoked neck bone in that pot or ham hock in that pot. And I've modified it slightly by using smoked turkey and things that are more friendly. You know, when you're married to a nurse, you got to be careful about how much pork you put in the pot too.
And we have really beautiful salads. We have the chef salad, you know, we could have it either with meat or without. Mm-hmm. And of course, every meat is really cooked and smoked there. So, you know, we have the ham, the turkey, the chicken, the grilled, everything's really grilled. So it's not fried. And then we have the shrimp or the fish, again, you could grill.
You have amazing seafood.
I mean, this really, and that with that mixed green salad, it's just perfect choice for someone who wants to eat very light, healthy, and stay vegetarian. And then of course we have our bean burger. Even meat lovers love it. that's a good one.
You know, I never knew in the day when I was a fish cutter, and I worked for these older Jewish guys who were very persnickety about the way the seafood was. They'd send that fish back. They'd come in, they'd say, "Get this out of here, it's not schmaltzy enough." And they'd send that salmon out of there, they'd send those shrimp out of there. They were adamant about how perfect that fish had to be. I carry that over now. When that fish comes in, I'm like, "Get it out, she'll tell you." I send many cases of it away sometimes from different places because I say I want.
As a consumer, I'm glad to hear that.
And people they know when they taste my seafood, they know what they're eating. They know they're eating something that's fresh, that's quality, and the meats, they know that it's quality. You know, and we take a lot of pride in being able to put things out there. We say that when people eat it, they're going to smile. You know?
One thing in the brief time we have left that you've recently changed this year is the addition of outside sidewalk dining, which I think is what I expect. I knew it was something new.
You know,
I got sort of my picnic tables.
It's not a picnic table, you know.
No, they're not picnic tables.
No, they're really.
I said sort of.
Even the umbrellas have little lights.
That's right. Yeah. Yes, the umbrellas light up at night. You know, I love lights. I think lights are a beautiful addition to our life. You know, when God said, "Let be light," there was light. So I love to play with lights if I can. So that was a beautiful addition on the umbrellas because as the sun is setting, the umbrellas light up. And then, of course, I tell my staff, remember the candles. I love candles. I love lights. And then the plants outside. So you feel like in your sort of tropics where I grew up. So you can have your glass of wine before coming into the restaurant, which a lot of people do now. In fact, we had a whole family from Wilson that came in for their supper club, and they had their wine appetizer outside before they went to sit inside. So it's just absolutely lovely. Or you can come early in the morning, which we're definitely going to do our coffee at 7 in the morning. People can come with their newspapers and coffee and sit outside, enjoy the day before going out. The weather is also, we've had hot days, but then it cools down at night. And then, we have the umbrella to shade you if you want the shade. I think my staff loves it. It's sort of away from there. So whenever they're doing their lunch break or breaks, they go outside and sit and eat. And it's, just makes you feel like you're in a city.
It does.
And it's, I know it's not we don't have a lot of traffic, but people love to sit also from the window inside to see outside. It feels like, you're in a big city.
It does.
It's just it's a beautiful touch all around.
Well, Ed Yalom, I want to again congratulate you on your award for the Downtown Small Business of the Year.
Thank you.
And congratulate you on the successful first year. And we're excited as a community about the second year and the new things to come and the exciting things to come. So thank you for joining us this evening, and thank you all for joining us.
Thank you very much.
We thank Rocky Mount so much. Yeah, thank you.
Our Community Select program is a combination of 90 different nonprofits, charities, schools, and churches.
Customers actually choosing which charity they want the money to go to.
The Boy Scouts Backpacks program, American Heart Association
Pregnancy Care Center.
We've always been involved in the community because, we grew up here. It's important to support the community that supported this dealership for over 80 years.
Housed in an historic 1924 building, the Bel Air Artisans Center welcomes you to explore numerous artist studios and a 2,000 square foot art gallery. The Bel Air Artisans Center is a work in progress, offering working studios and sales opportunities for local artists and artisans. There are currently 18 working studios with an additional 8,400 square feet on the second floor for future build-out. This art incubator exists to encourage and nurture local artists and artisans of all ages, while providing a destination point for visitors and local residents to enjoy the unique creations. Please visit the Bel Air Artisans Center for your purchases that are made in America by local artists from a locally owned and operated business. If you are an artist or artisan who needs a studio or sales outlet, please visit us to see all of the opportunities to create and sell your art and gifts at 115 South Church Street in Rocky Mount.
I literally sat on it for a year before I decided to come here, and that was probably the biggest mistake, was waiting so long, because as soon as I came here, I instantly knew this was for me.
We make sure that people know that you don't have to just stay in one position. There's so many opportunities.
They actually do care about their employees. They do want to work with their employees, and they would like to help their employees too.
Apply today at westemployment.com. West, make the connection.